This guy makes his whole world on being the reputation of like, it's not true. Like with extra limbs, bearded ladies, the kinds of things you'd see in a circus now. There were no circuses
Very
then.
cool.
Yeah.
And so, for example, he had the Fiji mermaid, and it was a mermaid that was half fish and like half monkey, or like half ape.
Oh, was it fake?
It was completely fake. He made it.
That's what I'm saying.
He made it. Yeah.
but-
He was.
Take one.
I know. With those, it makes you feel like you got to nail it, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what the sound's for, eh? It's for the sound bite. It's easier to edit. I just learned that. Yeah, that's what I learned at Pornhub.
All right, guys. 3, 2, 1. We are live.
Welcome back to the show. We are doing a little bit different format today, doing a breakdown of a entrepreneur of sorts, famous liar, really, named P.T. Barnum, but a famous showman, the Greatest Showman, some would say, if you've seen the movie. Today I've got some pretty great guests on. Jack does skits. Do people call you Jack does skits in the wild?
No, I don't.
That's what
I
your
think
friend-
they
you're
just call me Jack.
you're
But like, yeah,
you
that's
told
the
your
head.
parents, you're like, don't call me Jack anymore.
Yeah, I'm primarily a YouTuber, TikToker who makes shorts. I'm Jack. My handle is obviously Jack Does Skits. I started making videos 3 years ago, and now I have about 5.6 million on YouTube, 1.8 on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on the like X and everything.
The casualness with which you said that.
And he's so humble.
It's a cool 5.6.
Yeah, that's his humbleness. That's what I love about him.
Yeah,
That's why he's
yeah.
real. That's why people like you, by the way.
Yeah. And you can intro yourself now, but it sounds like you're mostly just going to say how
I'm going to
much
say that I'm just
you have
like,
a man
I'm in
crush.
awe. I'm in awe of him. I'm like the smaller version. I only started 13 months.
Yeah.
I have a flat ass. No, okay, sorry. They didn't ask that. Sorry. Okay. No, I'm not a poor decision. I'm a jokester too, like him. I make shorts. It's all positivity. I'm the weird, I guess, strange 42-year-old dad in Canada that has a backyard bar and a bulldog named Bronx.
You said that's like,
stuff.
you know that guy. The
I'm
42-year-old dad in
strange.
Canada.
Well, yeah, I'm strange. I'm gonna get to him. Don't worry. I'm in awe of him. Like seriously, awe.
Yeah.
And his
killed it.
vibe. I didn't even know him, and I felt just awesome with him.
Yeah. So the person I would break down today, do you guys know who P.T. Barnum is? Barnum and Bailey Circus?
No,
Have you seen the
never.
movie
I
Greatest
just
Showman?
watched the
No.
trailer.
This is amazing. Do you guys have circuses in Canada?
Circuses.
Yeah. Do you know what circuses are?
No, I only know Cirque du Soleil.
You don't know what a circus is?
I know what a circus is, but
You don't
Cirque
know-
du Soleil, right?
No,
like stuff like
no.
A
that.
circus is like a traveling show that has like...
With elephants and stuff.
Yeah, it'll
We
have like
that, right?
elephants and clowns. Sometimes
yeah,
they'll have
yeah.
freaks like bearded people and people with extra limbs and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, like you could put this guy in the circus.
Yeah, pretty much. I usually don't wear
Circus acts.
shoes.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'll take them off. So
Do they have them in Canada? Is it a
Yeah,
thing?
I think so. Like I don't know what they have. Yeah, they have like whatever it's called, Wiggly Brothers.
He's like,
or
I don't think so.
Wrigley's.
Ringling Brothers, yeah.
I think so,
That's
or
great.
something
They're gonna,
like that.
They're going to come to play in the story.
Okay. I watched the trailer because I have no idea.
So
what
this
it
is crazy because this was a huge movie a few years ago. So like everybody knows this guy's story now, but I found like the only two people in the world
Yeah.
who didn't see the movie.
No.
So this is all going to be news to you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you better give a good summary.
This
Yeah.
is raw. Like,
Yeah.
this is raw.
I'm just going to make it up now. This is 18, I mean, like it's 1800s. I think he died in 1891, probably was born around 1820 or something like that. These are things I probably should have looked at and, wrote down, but I didn't. But mostly through the 1800s.
Or
this
told
thing-
us about.
So this guy's dad, his name's P.T. Barnum, becomes famous for like Barnum and Bailey's Circus, which had a 100-year run from like 1897 to 2017. His dad was like a serial entrepreneur. Like, that guy, that friend you have who's like always got a new hustle. He's like, hey, let me tell you about it.
Oh yeah,
I
for
know.
sure.
Yeah.
That was his dad. His dad's like,
Oh god.
I got a hotel
Let me
now.
put you on this way to get money.
Yeah,
son.
it's only gonna take $500.
Right,
No,
yeah.
whatever.
His dad was like, I got this hotel, I'm in the hotel business now. And then the next time you see him, he'd be like, oh no, I'm a tailor. You need a suit? Like a tailor. These seem like things you should train for years to do. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna put a suit on you.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube video. I know how to do this. Yeah.
His son, the main person we're talking about here, kind of did the same thing. Like he bounced around. He had like this newspaper. I don't really know how to, I don't really understand this newspaper. He had a newspaper in the early 1830s, and it seems like it was like a local religious newspaper in the state of Connecticut, which is just as niche as it gets.
Yeah, very.
But I guess that was the rage in the 1830s.
So like he ran a paper route?
I don't think I think he like published the paper.
Oh.
I don't think he made any money doing this. I think it was just for fun.
Clearly.
I think he just wanted to write stuff about like the local like reverends
He
and
lists
stuff.
drama. He was the early TMZ.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, we're going to get into some stuff about him that like basically this guy had no qualms with lying. Like,
Okay, so he was just a natural liar.
yeah. Like he's like maybe the most well-respected like swindler of all time.
Okay.
Like for some reason it's like he lied and cheated all the time and people are still like, what a great entrepreneur.
Sounds some of my exes. Sounds like some of my
Yeah.
exes.
Great entrepreneurs. I've seen their OnlyFans. They're
scam
great
me.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah, they scam me.
So he got a job. All right. So this is kind of how he first hits his like money because doesn't really have very much money. He gets a job at a grocery store.
Right.
And his grandfather was what's called a lottery scammer.
Okay.
So that means
Okay.
this is exactly
Scam the
what
lottery. Okay.
yeah, you figure out some way to like scam the
Okay.
lottery.
Yeah.
I doubt it's possible now. Maybe it is, but like
I wouldn't think
There was a mathematician who like figured out
really?
he figured out the mathematical pattern and then he just won everything.
that's like
Yeah.
the most Asian thing.
Yeah,
Of course you knew that.
It was a
dude.
white guy.
That's why it was
Yeah,
news.
it was like some professor.
stereotypical bastard.
Did you guys all get to you're like, how did we let this happen?
Asshole.
Yeah, I don't
Dude,
know.
the smartest guy I know is white. He's my old business partner, mathematician to the stars. Just telling he's white too. Just
Yeah.
But-
So apparently it can still be scammed, right? But that was his grandfather was like a lottery scammer. That's how like that
So
was
it's
his
running in
career.
the family.
I like that. That's how they describe his career.
That sounds like gambling. That's like I'm a lottery scammer. You're kind of a gambler,
I think
right?
he might just be gambling. Yeah.
Yeah.
How often are you scamming it, or like
Yeah.
you losing, or you up?
Yeah, exactly, right?
So he didn't want to do the scamming thing, but he was like, the lottery business seems like a good business. So he started a lottery. Apparently in the 18 like
You can
20s,
do whatever you want. Whatever the fuck
you probably needed to have a certification. But he was like, start a lottery, collect money, give people tickets. Simplest.
Kind of like a pyramid scheme, right? Just keep paying back from the money, right? Same thing. It was just an early.
The simplest business there is. And so this is what, when he first came up with like what he's probably the best at in the world. And it's coming up with like a really good hook of like why people should do something, like a really good kind of advertising hook. So his hook was that everybody wins. So everybody's going to win something. Somebody's going to win a grand prize, you know. So he's, like all lotteries, he splits everything he earns. Part of it goes into the lottery, part of it goes to him. But everybody kind of wins something. If you buy a ticket, you win something.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's still not that
Not true.
Logically, it makes no sense because it's like I bought a $1 ticket and I won
Yeah.
a cent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Okay,
Yeah, great, thanks.
Great investment.
I mean, 1 cent goes far in the 1800s.
Yeah, that's true. Perspective.
You could go to a movie on that, you know.
It's perspective.
You could buy a car that didn't exist yet. I don't know. Did they exist in the 1800s?
I don't know.
Ford?
1840?
Nah, I don't know.
We both looked at you like you would know, you know.
No,
I think you're the smart one.
I think Ford came out with their first car in like 19 something.
I thought so too. Maybe
Okay.
40s
Yeah,
or
I'm not
20.
sure.
Yeah, book it. That's in the history books now. So
Yeah, we don't know.
So he made some money doing that. He's just like doing this lottery thing. He worked at a grocery store, so that's how he did it. Like all these people would come through every day, and he just like hit the grocery store owner. Was like, "Hey man, I want to do this lottery thing." That's awesome. The grocery store owner's like, "Yeah, sure." Doesn't sound. And so yeah, he kind of made some money doing this, but like he felt like it was a lot of work, and he's like, "How do I make more money like without doing any work?"
That's what I'm trying to figure out my whole life.
Yeah, that's what he was after. Like less work, more money.
Yeah. I mean, that's what everyone's after. Yeah.
So he's got a buddy who tells him that, and this is the 1800s, so there's still some people are owned that are of a certain race in the United States.
Right, right.
His buddy has a servant, like a house servant that's a woman that's really old, and he says, this was George Washington's nurse when he was a baby. Now, if you know history at all, which I didn't, when I heard that, I was like, yeah, that checks out.
Okay.
I don't know.
She would have been like 160 in
Yeah.
order for her to have been George Washington. Not even close.
Yeah.
There's no way that this was true at all. So his buddy tells him this, and he's like, "Hey, man!" And like, obviously, P.T. Barnum is like, "Okay, well, Gullible's written on the ceiling, buddy."
Right.
But what he really thinks is,
Opportunity.
if you'll believe it,
Yeah.
somebody else will believe it too.
Yeah, I believed it right there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you
I
told
bought
me,
it.
yeah.
Hook, line, and sinker.
So PT Barnum says, "Hey, can I rent her from you?" Which you could do back then. You could rent people.
Right.
He leased her, and he just went around like to different cities. So he goes around and he basically just like makes this poster of like this like lady, right? Like being George Washington's nurse, except for it's not like a baby George Washington. It's just like a miniature version. So it's this like very jarring poster of like this woman holding George Washington, and he charges 50 cents to just come see the lady. And she's like deaf and blind, like she can't. I don't know what the 50 cents gets you.
Yeah.
Like you just go in there and you're like,
Picture or
No.
like they don't have pictures
Not even
back then,
picture.
right? They don't have pictures.
Yeah.
well, I mean, like they did, but it was expensive. Like I think you just go in there and you're like, oh yeah, she's old. Seems that checks
That
out.
is
She
weird.
wants
This guy
60.
must have been a good salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, people are just like,
That
oh, that's straight.
gullible.
Yeah.
Dude, they didn't have TikTok back then.
Okay, yeah, or
gotta
YouTube.
remember.
Yeah.
YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know, entertain me. They didn't even have any kind of screen.
Yeah. I mean, you're sitting all day at
Bored
home
and
farming,
candlelight,
right?
yeah,
Yeah. What else you
candlelight.
got?
Let's go see George Washington's nurse. You know?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay, I
You
get
go in there,
it.
and they probably all were like, "There's no way," and then they went in there like, "Oh, she's pretty old.
Yeah.
She could be."
That's pretty freaking
You think she's?
creepy.
She thinks she's? Yeah, I think she's pretty old. She probably So then, of course, some people didn't believe him because they're like, "Dude, the math doesn't math on that."
Right.
So it like creates controversy, and it's kind of a big hit. Like
Created buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's creating like he's getting a lot. He made a lot of money on it. But he would have people coming to see her for like 12 hours a day. And she's an old lady. Like she can't handle that, right? So she dies in like a year. Right.
Did he have to pay her back? That's awful. But I'm just saying, did he have to?
Like pay the guy back?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Terrible.
It's a good question. You're
Yeah.
asking
He
the right
leased her,
questions.
but is that okay? Good point. So if
Yeah.
Yeah, he
leased
leased
her,
her.
it
Yeah,
dies.
yeah.
So then it's not really his
I
responsibility.
doubt she was like
It's not his
very
responsibility.
like integral to the house at
Yeah,
that
I
point.
know,
You know what I'm
just
saying?
be
Like
saying, I'm just
she's just
being
like
an
walking
asshole.
around like George Washington.
Terrible. Yeah, just these. Does she have Tourette's? Maybe like an early version, like George Washington. Just keep saying that.
Do you think
like,
she
every
told
minute.
stories about like
She
they-
must
Yeah,
have.
he loved the left nipple.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
The
exactly.
left nipple. Of
Yeah,
course.
sell them
That's how
on
you know
this.
they're gonna be a
Always the
president.
nipple, yeah,
They
he
all love
loved
the lefty.
left nipple. He's like my friend's cat. Yeah, he jumped on her while she was doing something. I'm not gonna get into that. That's so weird. I can't even say that. Like seriously, I'm not kidding. The universe is fucking with me, and I promise I'm not. Like, she's gonna kill me. I'm not gonna tell her your name. Seriously, fuck. No, just joking. It's true though.
So I don't even remember where I was
I
now.
know it was the nipple.
The nipple.
Yeah, they were making up
nipple, they
stories.
were
They were
left
making
nipple
up
joke.
stories.
Yeah. So I don't know what she did. I think she just like sat there and was old, and that's like I don't know what the show was.
That's awesome.
So
So
could not figure that
It's the
information.
original clickbait, like the
Yeah,
first ever
original
clickbait, right?
clickbait.
Yeah,
Exactly right.
Dude,
Yeah.
this
OG
guy's
clickbait.
fucking
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah. So his hook.
The
This
click,
guy was
yeah.
great. This is why I wanted to do this one. This PT Barnum, great at hooks.
Yeah.
Great. Like you guys both make videos. Both have hooks.
Yeah, there you go. What an interesting
He is
concept.
great at
I gotta
that.
study this man.
Yeah, you won't believe this is George Washington's
yeah,
like
this is
nurse
my
or something.
Yeah. Here she is. She's old. She's like,
I'll be
left
like,
nipple.
you won't believe this is my nipple. Go to not a poor decision.
George Washington's
Shameless
deepest
plug,
secrets,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Deepest secret.
Revealed by the
Shameless,
nurse.
Untold truth.
Yeah, the untold truths. Oh, fuck.
So she dies, and
Poor
he's
lady.
like, you know, this is so she dies. I almost forgot this story. And like obviously a bunch of people didn't believe him. They're like, the math doesn't math, dude.
yeah,
And he just like doesn't care. He's like, I'll tell you what, I'll sell tickets to her autopsy
Come on.
where we'll find out how old she was.
Okay.
Which I'm like, how do you do they like count the rings? What do we
Okay,
do?
this
Yeah.
guy is
How do you
like,
find out?
over the top,
This
like
he is. No, he's
fucked up, dude.
Hey y'all, quick break to talk about the most important part of your business, which is hiring. I've hired a lot of team members from the Philippines. They're super hard workers. The problem is I have to come up with an exact checklist for them to follow, and I am not good at that. So they end up being held back by me. This is why I love working with More Staffing. More Staffing specializes in finding talent from the Philippines that is high level. So you can just hand them your goals and they'll use their skills to get you there. I've actually done some hiring through More Staffing, and they were able to find me seriously great marketers for around a third of the price that I would pay a US employee. So if that sounds like it could help you, go to morenow.com/MC so that they know that you came from the podcast that helps support the podcast. And it helps improve your business because you get great talent for a third of the price. So that's morenow.com/MC. Okay, back to the show. So he sells tickets to the autopsy.
Come on.
Yeah.
They cut. They. I don't know how you
What,
find
they
out.
cut her leg off? Yeah,
Yeah.
what?
Count the rings. I don't know how you find this out.
What the fuck?
Turns out she's 82.
Right.
So
how
like
do they
everybody
know
just
that?
goes in
Like-
there, pays to see it, and he's like, I guess I thought she was old too, guys. I don't know. Sorry.
And how would they know she's 82?
Right. I don't
Like,
know.
made
But
up.
that was the conclusion of it. Like they went in there, they saw it, and they,
Or maybe expert.
medical
Yeah.
examiner. I think it's dental actually, or something like that. I don't know. Now
but
that I'm
in
saying
the
that, like,
1800s
there's no way
though?
she had teeth anymore.
But in the
Yeah.
1800s even?
There's no way she had teeth anymore if she was
Yeah,
82
that's
years old in the
true.
1800s.
She used to, weird.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a doctor could probably tell you.
Yeah, but in
you
the
know?
1800s, I'm saying.
No,
yeah, they
yeah,
can. They can, for sure now.
Yeah.
But this is in the 1800s, right? Or whatever?
It's probably an approximation. You know?
Okay,
He's
okay.
like, I don't know. She seems pretty old, and turns out she's 82. Everybody's like, "Oh, you lied to us," and you'd think like that ruins this guy's reputation. But basically, this guy makes his whole world on being the reputation of like, it's not true.
Yes.
But I'm gonna listen anyway because it's
Yes,
gonna be a
because
good
it's
time.
entertaining. Yes.
Yeah, let's see what you got, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So this guy kind of like stakes his claim to that. Like, you
That's
know, I might be lying,
amazing.
but on the chance I
But
might
it's
be
the
true.
entertainment value of it. It's
Right,
like almost like
right.
he was an entertainer.
That's what he calls himself. He's like, at my core, I'm a showman.
So he
Right.
wasn't
Didn't have
really
to word it.
lying. He was entertaining
Yeah.
in a sense, but he was lying.
Well,
But he
yeah.
did lie.
He lies.
It's perspective.
He said the lady was
Yeah, that's how you
162.
see it, right?
You know? Yeah, I mean, he knew.
That's a fucking lie. 180 to go to.
So then he moves to New York City. He's got that money, right? From that kind of little thing. And then he goes to New York City and he purchases this building called the American Shutters Museum. Okay. Or he calls it the American Shutters Museum. And he purchases a building. And he just like collects weird stuff and put it in there. It's kind of like a Ripley's Believe It or
Oh,
Not
yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
So he collects weird things and weird people.
Yeah.
And he put
What do you mean
Weird
people?
people.
Like he
Like-
put people in there?
like bearded ladies or like the
Oh.
kind of things
Oh,
you
I
do.
get where you're
There
getting
were not
at.
circuses.
Very cool.
Oh.
There were not
but they were
circuses.
alive.
Oh.
Yeah, they're alive.
So they just collected and put them on a shelf and made them eat there? Like,
No,
it's like,
like
you
they
have
would
to-
put on. They'd have a show.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. I thought it
Probably
was like
pay
a
them,
display.
right?
Yeah,
Did he pay him?
Yeah. So
Or did he own 'em?
Yeah. He would pay
paid
them.
'em,
He would pay them. So the kinds of things you'd see in a circus now,
Oh,
there were no
yeah.
circuses
Very
then.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, for example, he had the Fiji mermaid, and it was a mermaid that was half fish and like half monkey, or like half ape.
Oh, was it fake?
It was completely fake. He made it.
That's what I'm saying.
He
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
he was. But his whole point to this is that he's like, I think he has a quote that's like, people like want to be
Wanted
lied to.
this, yes.
People want to believe.
You're
Yeah.
right.
They want when you go to a magic show and you see a magician, are you like, what a fucking liar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy
Yeah.
is
You want
lying.
the experience.
No,
you,
you
enjoy.
You want to be
Exactly.
tricked, you know.
Exactly.
So that was his
Good
perspective
point.
on it,
Okay,
right? So
okay.
this is why he's like the most well-respected swindler ever,
Yeah,
because
you
everybody
still liked
spins
him.
it like that.
Because you still
Yeah.
liked him.
Yeah.
He's likable.
He's likable, and that's the thing. He just had the evil.
Yo,
So-
in the 1800s, you don't know shit, right? Like you don't
Right,
you don't
you're
even
like,
read the
half-
encyclopedia, right?
I don't
Like,
know
how
what's
would
in
you know?
Fiji.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody looks
You
like
don't even
this.
Yeah,
read that
exactly.
chronicle the guy started, his own.
Yeah. So you might think that the half monkey, half fish is like that's
Yeah,
normal.
exactly. Oh,
Those
that's
are all
found
over
in
the
like
place.
There's no
halfway across the
information
world. Yeah.
network. No one knows. Exactly. How do you know what's in whatever?
Yeah. And it was just kind of a spectacle, the whole thing. So like every day he would have hot air balloon rides from the roof of the building.
Yo, yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
Helicopter
Yeah.
rides.
He had
pretty
like a
cool.
garden up there that was like kind of like a cool chill place. Like he made this whole thing an experience. But he would do like weird stuff. Like he was just like, again, the master of hooks. Like think about hot air balloons taking off the top of a building every day. He'd put all the weird stuff he collected on posters all around.
That's so cool. He was a genius.
Every day, it's in a high traffic area. Every day he would walk outside and put
Yeah.
like a brick on the ground.
Okay.
He would walk back inside.
and just the inquisitiveness of it,
And then he'd walk back outside, pick up the brick, and go inside.
just to be looked nuts.
And people would be like, what are you doing with that brick? And he's like, come in here, I'll show you.
Oh.
It's just the intro in,
Yeah.
like see all the hook. Like
Yeah.
he's good at hook.
Yes, another trick he would use is he would put signs inside, like after people are already inside, they paid. He'd put signs that said like this way to egress. Do you know what egress means?
No.
I think it's a Latin word or something like that for exit. But he would like put like a big painting, like a sea dragon thing, like
Yeah.
this way to egress. And so then people would follow it and they'd be back outside. And they'd have to. There's no stamps or anything, so they'd have to like buy another ticket if they wanted to get back.
Oh, so he was like a swindler too. I
mean,
get it.
yeah, he's
Oh,
scamming.
my God.
Like,
No,
this guy's-
that's low.
That's wrong.
low.
That's
yeah,
bad.
he's scamming for sure.
Like, that's like making-
But think
oh,
about that.
God,
Think about
that's
if you got
terrible.
tricked like that, and then you're like, but there was still some stuff I wanted to see in there. Like,
Well, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
That's-
you wanted to be.
No.
yeah,
It's evil genius, dude.
Yeah.
It's evil inconsiderate, clearly.
yeah.
It's like watching
No, that's
multiple
what he
video
has.
ads
He's
on YouTube.
He's shameless. Like his lines are in places where other people's lines aren't.
Well, yeah, he just had, he looked, it's weird.
Yeah. Okay. So he's kind of doing okay with this thing. Like
Right.
people are, like he's like you can imagine, he's kind of like an advertising master, a hooks master, right? Like he's scamming people out of 2 tickets,
Right.
but he's not like, the thing is like, he doesn't have anything that like really delivers and makes people talk about it.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
So he's getting them in, but not keeping them in a
Yeah, or it's like they'll go and be like, "Oh yeah, it was cool," but like
cool, but
they're not
yeah.
like going out of their way to go tell their
Yeah.
friends about it.
It's got to be unbelievable, you know? It's got to be like,
Yeah.
holy shit, you
So-
won't believe what I saw.
So yeah, he's over promising, and then he's like not under delivering, but he's just kind of delivering, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, that was
That is
fun.
cool.
Right? Yeah. So enter Tom Thumb. So he has a friend or something like that who has a kid, and the kid is like a dwarf or a little person. They're like, this kid's never really going to be able to provide for himself. They're really worried, which is a pretty fair assumption, probably in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Right.
At this point, the kid is 11 years old and he's small.
Yeah.
And so P.T. Barnum says, "Hey, I will pay you $50 a week," which is like,
That's
Huge
a lot.
money back then.
That's got to be a lot.
yeah, I'll pay you $50 a week. He comes and works at the museum. And when he
Fuck, that's
gets old enough, if he still is working there, then I'll pay him. And he went, and the kid, I can't remember the kid's name. It wasn't Tom Thumb. He went and legally changed his name to Tom Thumb, General Tom Thumb. And then he legally changed his age from 11 to 4. Which I'm like, can you
What?
legally change some's
I guess
age?
in the
You can't do
1800s.
that. Yeah. No, the 1800s, the way you legally do anything is like, how much money do you want?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to change this kid's age. Like, can you just make me a new birth certificate?
Yes.
What?
And
That is fucked weird.
so he changes his age to 4.
Yeah.
And so it's like a 4-year-old general,
Yeah.
Tom Thumb, and then he teaches them to sing. There's a lot going on with Tom
Yeah.
Thumb.
So he's
Yo.
a little midget.
But something about Tom Thumb, people just love.
Obviously unique, right?
Yeah, very unique. Obviously, a great hook brings people in. But this is the chapter, the P.T. Barnum chapter, where he goes overpromise, overdeliver.
Okay.
And that is a magical combination. So think about like your most viral videos.
Yeah.
It's probably got a great hook, but then at the end of the video, I'm like, it was actually even better than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some people
yeah.
rewatch it.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Yeah.
People send it to people. Tell people about
100%.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It sticks out. So that's what Tom Thumb did, and then the business starts taking off because now people are
That's
telling, you got to go see
genius.
this General Tom Thumb. It's like this 4-year-old kid. He sings. He's like a little kid, and
4-year-old kid. He loves
Four-
the
it's
ages.
the 4-year-old
He
general.
loves the ages.
Yeah, and he's actually got some IQ to him, right? They're like,
Yeah,
he's
the
4
4-year-old,
and
he's
like,
like,
yeah,
Yeah,
because
right?
he's really 11 and
Yeah,
he can do all this
exactly.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh my god. That's
Yes.
I would go and get free kids meals everywhere. Like if I just change my
Yeah,
legal age,
at
oh my God,
McDonald's in the
discounts.
1800s.
Or maybe, you know what? Actually, I think I'm reversing that. I think he was 4 and he made him 11 now that I'm saying that. Because I think it was like, yeah, I don't anyway,
Or
he changed his age.
He
regardless.
loves age change.
Whatever it was, I don't really get it. But it
Yeah,
was just,
whatever.
Yeah. So he changes his age, and like people love Tom Thumb. People keep coming back for him. He learns to sing. He really, he basically becomes a lifelong show person. Tom Thumb does.
Yeah.
And he does this his whole life. Like,
Right.
And P.T. Barnum and Tom Thumb become like really great friends, best friends.
Yeah.
So that
so-
was kind of like how he hit it, like how P.T. Barnum.
That was
hit
his
it.
moment.
He's making money now, like money, and he's one of the like most sought after shows. So
Yeah.
in New York at the time, there's like high society, and then there's like everybody.
Yeah.
And he charges the prices that like everybody can. And like the high society people that go to like plays and operas and stuff like
yeah.
that, they would never be got dead in his place. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all fake. He's just making it up.
Yeah.
And let's be clear, he did
was
he did plenty of lying. You know.
Yeah.
But
Entertained.
yeah, like his main thing was like, are people smiling when they leave?
Well,
You know.
people probably knew. Come on. I mean, maybe not a lot of people, I guess. Some people knew, but they still went, right?
I think
So
it's
young.
not unlike
Yeah.
going to a magic show, right?
Yeah, same thing. You said you're not going to tell the magician he sucks.
Yeah, like, you're such a liar.
Yeah,
that,
like
that wasn't
liar,
even
yeah.
real magic.
Yeah. Exactly.
I was expecting some real magic here.
Yeah.
So then he goes and he like wants to kind of be more of like a high society. He wants to be more like he's rich.
By
But
now.
the other rich people he knows and lives around like have no respect for him.
Well, because he's an asshole.
Yeah, right. Like they're like, we are just
Yeah, he's
you're
just a
a
shady
swindler.
business guy.
Shady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
exactly.
Yeah.
So he gets in touch with this singer in Europe who's very famous in Europe named Jenny Lind is her name.
Okay.
And she's like very philanthropic and like I guess pure like high like morality and stuff like that. Kind of the opposite of like what his act is like for the degenerates, right? Like his whole thing is like you
I
come
thought you
here.
meant me.
You're
I
a
thought
little
you meant me
you're a
as the
little bit
degenerate. I thought you were talking to me for a second. I like zoned out for a second.
I don't know, man. He's,
I swear. But anyways, I'm not kidding.
I pointed right at you.
This is
Like,
for
I'm not making this
degenerates.
up. I'm not
bad.
making it out. I was like, I don't care. That's cool.
Yeah. It was for the people who are like, yeah, I don't know if it's real or not, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
whatever,
see
it's
I'm gonna see some
fun.
shit there. Yeah.
It's fun.
Right. So he's like, hey, you should come to the States, and he offers Jenny Lind. He says, hey, I want to do a 150 night tour with you, $1,000 a night. That's what he offers her.
Holy.
150,000 in 1830. And I think it's like 10x, like 1.5 million for 150 nights.
Yeah.
And she goes, okay, but can you pay me up front?
Okay.
And he goes, yeah. So he goes and takes a loan out on his house, which is like a huge house.
Yeah.
On his business, on his building that he owns, like basically everything he like has, he leverages to get the money to pay her up front to do this thing. So like this guy just balls of steel.
Yeah.
Which is this is not even the kind of show.
That's a
he's-
no brain. That's low brain, like low IQ shit.
I know.
Yeah.
That's not even the kind of show he's used to doing.
Yeah.
Like how
How
you
a big risk though. He has big
Yeah.
kahuna.
Yeah, it is. He's not. It's not like he's gonna be like, "Hey, come
Yeah.
see George Washington's nurse." You know what I mean? Like, there's no
Yeah.
hook here. It's
This
just
is all-
her, right?
Yeah. Just a
And-
performer, right? Like a singer.
She's a very very good singer, very good performer, but like that's like there's no hook. So he starts doing this thing. Oh, the way he gets the last bit of the money is he convinces this reverend in Connecticut that he used to slander with his paper, probably. He's connected in the Connecticut reverend community.
Yeah.
He says like, hey, I think because like of her morals and her philanthropy and stuff, like if we bring her and we make her act big, then people in the States will be like inspired to be like a little bit morally better, right? And like Reverend totally buys it. Like this guy's just smooth.
Yeah.
right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reverend totally
Smooth
buys it.
talker.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
He's
this guy
talking to
knows,
Reverend
yeah.
out of the church people's money.
Yeah.
How does a Reverend get paid?
People, the
Yeah.
parishioners.
Donations,
That's
right?
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking to Reverend out. He's like, it's a great investment.
He
don't
has
worry.
no shame.
But it's an investment. So the Reverend isn't. It's not just like a
probably
donation.
gets paid off. I'm guessing.
It's a reverend. Right? It's an investment. He brings her over and he starts marketing her kind of morality and like all of that. Like that's the angle he's taking.
Because he's trying to rub
is-
off on him. He wants to.
It's a little different. Yeah. Usually his angles are like just hooks, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, no, you know, she's like this pure sort of angel voice, angel person,
Different route.
right? And that totally works on high society, apparently. He nailed it. And within the first week, he made his money back that he had paid. And yeah, so everybody who invests, that Reverend ended up being a good investment for him. To me, I heard this whole story and the whole thing. I'm like, oh, this is going nowhere good. Like,
Yeah.
he over leveraged.
Yeah. So they just wanted, honestly, you know, imagine Beyonce was at the concert and you only had to pay concert ticket to see Beyonce,
Yeah,
right? That's how they saw it, right?
Wow.
Probably.
yeah,
Wow. Well, yeah, it was the biggest cat's ass, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah. So she wasn't huge in the U.S. yet, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like back
He
then, people weren't global.
recognized- He was very good at recognizing the talent. Clearly,
Yeah, so
he had a vision of whatever. He knew what people liked.
he got butts in seats the first night, and I
He
think
got what? Sorry, he got what?
he got butts in seats the first
Butts
night.
in the seats. Okay.
Right? And however he did that, he got butts in seats the first night. And I think what he had recognized in her is that she like was legitimately special. Like when she sang.
That's the difference.
And they talked. Yeah. And so he kind of knew two things. He knew great hooks bring people in, but
Great
there is the
talent.
like he's had that Tom
Yeah.
Thumb experience where he's like, oh, when they see this incredible show that was better,
Overlay, you're gonna
even
love it.
even
Yeah.
better than
It
they expected.
amplifies everything.
Yeah. So he knew that like word of mouth power, and he knew among high society, they're like very
They're
careful.
looking
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
prim and proper.
Yeah, they're
Like they'd hate me.
Yeah, information
Yeah.
spreads quick in the
if
high
you hate
society,
me, you'll
you
love
know?
her. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I don't
So-
know how. I didn't even watch your skits yet, but are you? Do people? Are you? You're funny. Yeah, they'll hate him too.
Yeah.
No, because they were different back then.
Yeah. So yeah, and they're like the high society people. They're very like not trusting.
100%.
You know what I mean? So they like need the recommendation from someone else.
Yes.
Like
The
okay,
hoity-toity.
if they say it's good, then even if it's not good, at least they said it too. So like we can all be ashamed together and be quiet about it.
I love it.
Yeah. So it's a status
That's so
thing, right?
funny. It's true.
So this is like New York high society. So then that happens. He goes on tour all over the country. She kills it everywhere. And they don't end up. So then she also realizes how much money he's
Yeah, that's
making
what I
off
was
of
gonna
it.
say, so.
Yeah.
And she renegotiates the deal, and he gets like a $5,500 per show, but he's already made like good money off of it. They
Yeah.
switch it like halfway, maybe 50, 60 shows in. He gets $5,500 per show, and then she gets the profits to donate to charity. That makes it go even crazier. And
But yeah, you market it as this is a charitable event, right?
Yeah.
And plus, she's super nice, totally opposite of him. He's getting tied into who he's hanging out with.
yeah, exactly. She only makes it 93 nights because she just
Take anymore?
Yeah.
She couldn't take
it's
P.T.
tiring.
Barnum.
It's tiring, yeah.
well, she couldn't take him anymore. I think she was like,
So they
this guy is an absolute just like fiend, right?
Yeah,
Like he's like,
yeah.
and like I think she just got comfortable with the way he was uncomfortable with the way he was marketing her. You know what I mean? Like he's just like he's a marketing genius, and the
Yeah.
people who are the product a lot of times don't like that.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, that's kind of what he did with Jenny Lind, but realized the value of tours, started sending his people on tour. You know, so like he'd send Tom Thumb on a tour or whatever.
Yeah.
He then his circus building. So he had like this big house, mansion, and a building. Both burned down. Like
Do they have
Unlucky.
insurance?
they had insurance then, but it wasn't like he didn't recover the full amount. You know?
Yeah.
So he took some insurance, rebuilt the building, and it burned down again.
Wow.
I'm like, what is with you, dude? Like,
Wow, that's-
maybe it's just like karma.
Yeah.
Could be. Karma's real, by the way.
It's suspect though, right?
Very.
But he didn't make anything off of it.
But there may be a reason. Who knows? It could be. Like, how rich
I mean, what
was
is
he?
it?
Didn't he
You
have,
got to
like,
come
mega-
up with something. For
Okay,
it.
Yeah.
so
me.
reason could be, let's say that he had a woman that he's trying to prove something to. He's like, I don't care about my belongings. He burned it drunk. Who knows, for example. Okay.
He just got drunk.
about
That's
is, like,
probably the
yeah, or
answer.
drunk. Okay, he could just be fucking drunk. That's what I was
Or
going to
maybe he just hired the wrong contractors again.
Or he pissed someone off. What if he pissed someone off and he was too embarrassed
Yeah.
and ashamed? Like, for
Somebody
example.
who went and saw the autopsy of the like. I saw this old lady
Exactly,
show
motherfucker.
7 times, thinking
Yeah.
she was
I
160
spent
years old.
$3.50 on this autopsy over 8 times.
I'm burning
I'm
this
gonna
son of a bitch
burn.
to the
It's like
ground.
Milton from fucking that show. I'm gonna burn the building down. You know,
Yeah.
like fucking Office things. One of my favorite things.
Yeah. So,
ADD, sorry.
somebody had it for him.
That's what I think.
He started doing some random stuff. He got involved in politics. I guess that was pretty common in those days. Like you get successful and then you're like, I don't know, I got all this
In
money. Let me get into
Yeah.
politics. But and he wrote a couple books, and mostly the books were about how he hates psychics.
That's weird.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
like,
Is he reincarnated as Kanye
do you know what's
West?
crazy about it? Is like think about what psychics are. Like if you don't believe in psychics,
Yeah, it's like it's that same he.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Snake
literally-
salesman, or
Yeah.
snake oil salesman.
yeah. So he's like, I hate these people. They're not real at all.
Because
It's
he's
like, of
projecting,
course they're
so
not real,
maybe
dude.
He hated himself then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because
Maybe.
people project.
I
what
swear,
they-
I swear, like nowadays that they're like therapists, they kind of feel like psychics to me. Like half of the therapists, at least, they're just like trying to tell you and then like get you to change, and then it's just you
People
know,
don't change,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
It's simple
funny.
as that.
yeah.
How does that make you feel?
I don't know. Like
Hate something. Wrote a book about it.
I'll write a book about it.
Amazon.ca/Jack.
I was just doing
Mac
my
makes
therapist. I was
skits.
doing my therapist impression.
Yeah, Jack hates psychics or something. Jack hates
That's
therapists.
all it
does
is.
skits and hates
One
psychics.
page, very simple,
I don't like psychics. They're
very
not great.
cheap,
Yeah.
very cheap. Too.
My dad is a therapist. Fun side note.
I'm a therapist, by the way, every day.
yeah, that's secret
But
keeper.
not real.
Yeah, secret keeper.
That's cool. Okay,
So
can I
yeah,
talk
he
to him?
hated psychics, which is so weird because you'd think like they'd be right up his alley because they're like, yeah, I get it.
They
man. It's all
are
working.
him because he's projecting his own hate. He probably
Yeah.
hated himself. Why do they go into guys' societies?
Yeah. So yeah, that could be it too. Because another thing when he got involved in politics is he kind of said like he was kind of like anti-slavery and very like he basically said like, hey, throughout my life I've been exposed to a lot of like people that we would call like fringe people and what I've noticed, what I've realized.
yeah.
So he's sort of like I think he does
Yeah.
kind of start to like
Empathize.
and like kind of be like, oh man, I was
Okay,
I was
so it
pretty
wasn't
shitty.
Terrible.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I think he starts to realize later in life that he was like
What
not
happened
great.
to his money? Did he give it away at the end or anything?
I mean, he made so much that he lived on it for a while.
No, but
but
did he give money to people and do anything?
like
to
philanthropy?
kind of
I mean,
like-
look,
Yeah.
like, to try
I
to give
think-
back
I
to being
think-
such a
I don't
dick.
know.
I think the only thing that matched his remorse was his love for money.
Okay,
So
okay, somehow.
Yeah, his remorse was internal. That's it.
yeah,
you
he,
know?
he's like, politics. I'll write books. Yeah,
I hate psychics. I'm done.
I
That's
hate
like-
psychics.
That
You had to
is
do it with your
my.
hand, yeah.
And I
That's
just
my
went to a psychic,
contribution.
by
Don't
the
listen
way,
to
a
any
couple days
psychics.
ago.
He put out a challenge in one of his books that was like, if any, what's like the specific brand of psychic that like talks to dead people? or whatever.
Mediums. I just did this
Mediums.
2
Oh,
days
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, he goes, if any mediums can like
So weird.
prove to me that they, can speak with the other side, then I will pay them. He like put out some exorbitant prize or whatever.
Said some free
It's like, how would you
Yeah.
possibly prove it? You know what I mean?
can't. That's what
Yo, use the Ouija board. You know? So, yeah, yo, you ever tried this?
I'm not pushing
for
that around,
himself though. Think
Well,
about it,
I think
he's
some
a
of his books
genius.
he did write a book about like being a showman and like how he like basically wrote a marketing book.
He's interesting.
Yeah. So he did write that, but
Never
like a lot
heard
of
of
it
him.
was just like psychics are the worst, avoid them at all costs,
That's so fucking.
And then his political career was
pretty-
Buy my book on how to scam
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the book's the scam, and then
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah,
and it's like, yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
this is the scam.
Yeah,
it's
this
all
is the
about that.
scam.
It's all about the cover.
Exactly.
When they say don't judge a book by the cover,
Yeah,
they're
and then there's
lying.
no
Oh,
content. So
hell
you're just like,
yeah.
oh,
Like, you've been fooled, whatever.
So he does all that, and then he's like kind of run out of money, and then Tom Thumb hits him up, and Tom Thumb's been touring around in Europe. They have circuses over there already, and Tom
Hold on,
Thumb's
how
like,
did he get rid of all his money? Like, cause he made like a shit ton of money. He was just living the high life.
yeah, well, like after his stuff burned down and stuff
Okay,
like
okay,
that,
yeah, he
didn't-
rebuild. Okay, yeah.
He rebuilt, and that cost some, and then he didn't rebuild, and then he just was kind of like living, not
Okay.
really doing any business.
Okay.
yeah.
And I mean, maybe his book sales or whatever. I don't know how his
Yeah,
book deals went, but like,
Well, it seemed really.
I don't
good,
think it's
but-
that expensive to rebuild a house back then, especially when you made that much.
well,
money.
to rebuild
Right?
his house, it would have been. It looked like a freaking Indian palace.
He was Bill. He was spending.
Yeah, like I think he probably just lived in a normal house after that.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Tom Thumb hits him up and he's like, "Hey, you should come check out these circuses in Europe." And at this point, P.T. Barnum's pretty old, and he's probably thinking like, "Hey, all the future people know me for the circus. And I haven't even gotten into that yet. So this is the chapter where I get into the circus."
Yeah.
He goes to Europe, kind of tours around, does like speaking. He's like a performer, and he's what's called like a speaker.
Yeah.
And he just like has some kind of like.
Talks about psychics.
He's the announcer.
Dating psychics.
No, not even that. He's not like the announcer. He's like, it's like that. It's like he like talks. He gives some like moral message, and then he's like, and now
that's
General
weird.
Tom Thumb.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like he's like a speak like a not
Hype
a
man.
motivational.
He's a hype man.
Yes.
He's like the WWE hype man.
Sort
like,
of, yeah,
yeah.
sort
his
of that.
name?
But
Yeah,
but it's
McMahon.
like first he does a speech about like why you shouldn't drink.
and believe in psychics.
Yeah, and believe in psychics.
Yeah.
And I think that was his thing. Like you shouldn't drink. Hey, you guys all came here, got drunk, wanted to enjoy this show. Well, guess what? You're a bunch of pieces of shit. Now Tom Thumb.
Yeah. Now tell them.
Yeah. So that was what he did as a performer. I don't know why that worked, but yeah, it worked. And so he made some money doing that, and then he got the circus idea. And so then he came back and he was like, "Okay, we'll go from town to town."
Did he
So
bring
instead of doing
Noah's
this,
Ark?
what's that?
How did he get the elephants here and stuff? Did he have elephants?
Barnum didn't have elephants, so he came and he did like his same show, kind of a lot of the same crew, but instead of having a building, he just like took it around from town to town with tents.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Rented a train, and then Tom Thumb hits him up again, and he's like, "Hey, this guy Bailey, who I tour with, he's thinking about coming to the U.S. You should talk to him." Barnum hits up Bailey, and we get Barnum and Bailey's Circus, which started I think in like the late 1800s and went until 2017. Longest running business in the United States.
So why
for-
they close? Just because it's animal cruelty?
yeah, they started catching a lot of heat for animal stuff. Yeah, but Bailey was the one who had elephants, so they brought the elephants over.
It's okay. Just use humans.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
go
I
back
can
to
do it.
humans. Go back to
Yeah,
your
like the
roots.
acrobats and stuff like that. But now they have like now it's too easy to get to Vegas. You know.
Yeah.
So see
Yeah,
Circus
you're right.
Circus LA. But yeah, like so I don't know. I don't know how the traveling circuses are doing now. I think the Ringling Brothers still exist, so that was their main competitor in the United States.
I think they do.
But yeah, Barnum and Bailey's is done.
I mean, it wouldn't be that hyper competitive, man. There's only a few
Yeah, that's what
circuses,
I'm
right?
saying.
Like
Yeah, I
Cirque du
know.
Soleil, there's Barnum and Bailey, and a few.
Yeah.
others.
There's
I
some
don't
like
know.
local ones that tour regionally as
Yeah.
well, but yeah, I mean the circus game seems
You know.
ripe, right? Like honestly,
Yeah.
I think
Because I think people
we should go.
would,
We should
yeah.
make a circus. You know, how some people are like, we should make a band.
Don't you know
Yeah,
Mr.
like,
Beast?
right?
Don't
Yeah.
you know
Circus.
Mr. Beast? Tell him to give us the money to start a circus.
Yeah,
if Mr.
I mean,
Beast
I've
started
talked
a
with him, yeah.
circus,
Dude, he
it
probably
would be
did already.
insane.
He probably already did.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, yeah, there was a chat. He was like, I don't know if I should say this, but like, we were maybe planning on a video sometime, but then we didn't. Yeah.
That's okay.
Like, yeah,
whatever.
it
That's
was-
cool,
yeah.
dude. I believe in you.
I know he's doing a game show, but yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
he's gonna do. Yeah, Mr. Beast,
circus
the
is-
Mr. Beast circus. Like, think about like chocolate, dude. Chocolate that doesn't fit your brand at all. You know what fits your brand? Circus.
100%. It would fit my brand.
Yeah. So, kind of point of this show sometimes is sort of like, how would we recreate this success?
Yeah.
A couple of key things I see with Barnum and why I want to like hit this with you guys. You guys are both content creators. You've both gotten. I think that today's version of this is like some kind of online content creation, right?
Yeah.
It's just like all he did was like leverage attention into something, right? And
That's all business.
Eyeballs,
That's all,
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
It's
yes.
like the field of dreams.
Yeah.
You can't just make it.
Yeah.
It won't come. You have to market it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And if people don't see you, they'll forget you.
Correct.
Right?
You
Like, that's
always
why
have to
you
be
have
in
to
their
keep
face.
putting money in
The
advertising.
consistency.
Yeah.
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 So I think the first thing I would say is like there's really three things I think he does super well. The first is like hooks, right? Like we talked about.
Very
so if he was a Today person, he'd be Mr. Beast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would be the best like video creator. He would be the best at hooks.
Yeah.
But then I think the kind of 1B version is that overpromise, overdeliver concept. Like I think when you hit that, that's when you like really hit gold.
Provide major value.
Yeah, think about how, I mean, speaking of Mr. Beast, think about how epic Mr. Beast's like titles and thumbnails are.
Yeah.
You never watched the video and you're like, that was disappointing.
Yeah.
You're
Exactly.
like,
the hype
I mean, it was
man,
even
you know,
better than the title and thumbnail.
Like $1 boat versus $1 billion boat, and you're
Yeah.
like, I gotta see that. And then Tom Brady or something shows up, right?
It
And you're
wasn't
like,
even in the thumbnail.
yeah, exactly.
Pete
You're like-
Davidson's there. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
so it's like he overpromises and then overdelivers. I think
Right.
that concept, that like get great at hooks and then, but figure that out
Provide
first.
good service, whatever it is.
Yeah, that figured the hook out first though. Like, so he wasn't afraid to like underdeliver. He was like, look, first problem is get people there.
Yeah.
If I get people there and I can't deliver,
Then you're screwed.
I'll deal with that then,
Yeah, okay.
right? But like, first problem is get people there, and then figure out how to.
Yep.
And so then I think the second thing is like he leveraged, and we talked about this in our last episode too. Is like he kind of laddered up his resources. So like he had no money and he did this lottery thing, right? And then he took that money, laddered up, and did this like leased this
Yeah, 'cause
lady.
He just
investing
hyperscaled
up.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's investing. He's bootstrapping.
He like put 90% of it reinvested. It's like Mr. Beast, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
That's what he
Exactly.
does too.
Yeah. Back to Mr. Beast. Basically, this guy was the 1800s version of Mr. Beast. I
Yeah,
think is what
yeah.
we're landing on. And so he just keeps leveraging to
But
and then a
with
Jenny
his,
Lin deal, like he keeps leveraging and leveraging and leveraging. Fortunately, it was a series of wins. I think the danger there if you over leverage is that it could be a loss, but like that's
Without risk, there's no reward.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like if we're trying to say how do you recreate the success of a PT Barnum, there's no problem in investing in like a 401k or like whatever like safe
Yeah.
investments. That's not how you recreate that though. So if you're interested in that,
You got to go big.
you got to there's
bet
got to
big
be
to lose
risk.
big to win big.
There's got to be risk. So again,
Yeah.
it's not for everybody.
No.
Not everybody wants
I
to do
mean,
that.
yeah, I feel like the risk is really high in the beginning, but then as you get more money, you can just
But sometimes
tone
you
down the
just
amount of
fail,
risk.
But you can fail too, right? You never recoup
So
that money.
sometimes you can tone down the risk.
history.
That's what most people
Exactly.
do. As
Yeah,
they get
you-
bigger, they tone down the risk.
Oh, 100%.
But he
have to make it,
particularly
too.
did not. Like
yeah,
Mr. Beast
right?
doesn't
Like
either.
he loaned out all the money, right? Like
Yeah.
just to hire the singer.
Mr. Beast doesn't either. Like he particularly
exactly.
says like get
Yeah.
more. So there are some people who go bigger and bigger and like what's every resource we have? Let's put it all into this.
Like
Yeah.
Amazon.
They go all in every time. If they were poker players, they'd be like
Yeah.
push it in. Yeah, every
exactly.
hand.
Yeah, except
So-
you're getting pocket aces every time, right? Like
Yeah, I mean, you hope one of these times maybe you don't. So that's another thing is like just leveraging. Yeah, like a more wise way to do it would probably be to like decrease the risk, right, over time.
right.
And then the other thing I think that he was good at is like figuring out like an offer that's like really good, that's like differentiated. So like with a lottery, it was like everybody wins something, or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like
Have like a little quirk to it, you know?
Yeah. Like,
Or,
make the product, like change the product in a way that doesn't like really change the product at
He
its
was
core.
talking to people's psychology. He was way advanced of his time.
Yeah.
He understood people.
Yeah. It's like
He approached
understood the
product
brain.
like an advertise. So he's like, how do I just change the product a little bit to make it so much easier to
Or
market?
appealing. That's what it is. You gotta sell it.
yeah, it's like those claw machine games where you always win, right? Like the kids love that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna win.
Cool. Yeah. So that's PT Barnum. Now we're going to transition into some rapid fire, guys. First one. Actually, give me a second.
Okay.
This is an Ask Reddit. What is the thing? What is the thing that most people that is illegal, but most people don't know is illegal?
Anal sex. In some cities. for
I
real.
bet it is.
I bet you it is. And so I swear I saw that Pornhub. I mean, some Google Trend thing. I mean,
the speed at which you knew that.
No, I'm not kidding. That's how my mind
knew.
works. My mind is this quick. I swear.
Anal sex.
I thought it was.
You look in this district, you can do it.
Honest
But
to
if
God.
you cross 32nd
Okay, how about
Street,
throwing away
it's
dog shit?
illegal, and
Okay.
they will enforce
How
it.
about throwing away dog shit? Yeah, they'll enforce it. Dog shit. Throwing away dog shit in the garbage. I heard.
Is it really?
I swear to you, in my city, I'm pretty sure some.
Where are you supposed to put it?
Exactly what I said. Like that's
Oh,
what. But it's an antiquated law that no one.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to
who
throw
would know
dog
that?
shit in the garbage.
I'm not making this up. I'm only the
I'm
messenger.
baffled about where you're
I
supposed to put
swear.
it.
Me too. I swear to you, it's in my either the Windsor bylaw.
You're supposed to
or
like.
somebody look
Are
it
you
up, I
supposed to
swear
like
to you.
waffle stomp it down a drain?
I
Like
put it in the
do you know what I
toilet.
mean?
Yeah, dude, I'm no shit expert. I mean, I have no idea. I don't know.
You're supposed to put it in the bathtub and just like rinse
Dude,
it.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not
know.
making this up. There's shit that's ridiculous. Literally, pardon the pun again.
Yeah.
There really is. There is. So
It's always the older laws too, right?
no,
yeah.
it's old ones they forgot to take
Yeah,
off.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
so
like-
they don't want to pay to do it. You know.
Yeah.
All right. It is illegal to hunt whales in the Great Salt Lake in Utah. Just a fun fact.
Okay.
Nothing
that's a
lives
good-
in the Great Salt Lake.
That
in
is a
Utah.
very good. Yeah. Okay. Good one.
You know,
Nothing lives there.
You know what I want for dinner? A whale. Let's go. Like
Let's
what?
go over to Salt Lake.
Don't they use that in lip plumpers? Like, you know,
Brine. The only thing that lives there is brine. It is so salty. The salt content is so high. Nothing can live in
so
there.
some
Yeah.
idiot just made this.
Somebody's like, look, if there's ever a whale in there, though.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to
exactly.
kill him either. Kind
Yeah,
of
no, like, I mean, it's like, hey, just in case, guys.
Yeah.
If we
the
got a
same
whale,
thing,
how
the
dope
whales.
would that be?
Yeah.
That's a new species of whale right there.
Yeah,
That just
me.
lives
Super
there.
There's
salt
I'm a
whales.
whale.
Yeah, it's gotta
They
be.
looked at those brine shrimp and they're like, look, I know that we believe in the Joseph Smith thing, but like, what if these became whales?
Well, maybe I'll tell my buddy that, with Shrimpy there, I'll tell his wife that.
Yeah.
Lie to your wife, it's not Shrimpy.
it could
it's a
evolve.
whale. Yeah, it's evolved.
It
Now
could
just
evolve.
lie. She'll tell her enough,
Yeah.
she'll believe you.
So you cannot hunt whales in the Great Salt Lake. I know
Okay.
that's going to be super useful information for you
Good
guys.
to
Yep,
know.
no.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
going to write that down. We're
Yeah,
ready.
write it down. So Vermont has a law on the books from 1999. This is not an old law. This is not an old law. A good faith effort must be put in to serve apple pie with either a scoop of ice cream or milk. A good faith effort.
Okay, I kind of do agree because like I hate apple pie to be honest. I actually don't love apple pie, but with ice cream, it's tolerable. Just
Wait,
my
wait,
thing.
wait. One more thing. So ice cream,
That's fucked
a
up.
glass of milk, or a slice of cheddar cheese.
Lactose intolerance, like nightmare right there. There's
Yeah,
no stop
like-
giving me ice cream.
In
What
Vermont,
the
I think that's what they do. Vermont's like, you know what? We don't need any more lactose intolerant.
That's true. They
Let's
just
get
feel
'em
it's
out.
a weakness
Yeah.
in the population.
Coming up here for our maple syrup,
That's
and
very-
It's probably some
interesting.
person who's trying to sell apple pie and their ice cream at the same
That's
time,
probably-
and then
yeah.
they made the law.
ooh, yeah.
Right.
and
Where's
some
the-
state
the
legislator
ice cream,
had like
Jerry
a,
and whatever his name is, ice cream place there. Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and
There you
Jerry's.
go. I
Ben and
forgot
Jerry's,
Ben.
Ben and
I think they're New Hampshire. Yeah, they might be.
Okay, there you go. So that's the fucking law. They lobbied back to the lobby.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
It's all, you know,
Anytime
so-
you're eating apple pie,
Yeah,
gotta
that
be
is
having some Ben and
weird.
Jerry's.
Great. Now every time I'm gonna think about that.
Or
I'm
a
gonna be
slice
like,
of
"Where's my
cheddar
ice cream, man? With my apple pie."
Right? Because I don't like apple. I swear to you, I don't like apple pie. I swear to you. I swear
but
to
I
you,
get
I'm
what
not
you're
making
saying.
this up.
Warm with ice cream.
Yes,
it's
I
different.
won't even eat it warm. If my mom gives me, I swear to you, apple pie she makes bomb. Won't eat it unless she gives me ice cream. Swear to you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make a law of it, but I'm just telling you.
I like cold.
I mean, you
apple
might if
pie.
you
I just don't.
you like cold apple pie.
Yeah, like, I don't mind it.
I don't really love apple pie to begin with, so it's like the vanilla ice cream.
I wouldn't choose it. Like if it, if there's
that's
like
what I mean, I
if there's like a
wouldn't
bunch
choose
of desserts available, I wouldn't be like hit me with some cold apple pie.
Yeah.
Really?
With no ice cream
Yeah.
and no milk and no cheddar cheese.
Cheddar cheese
Oh,
for
man.
sure.
Yeah. You
With
throw
Okay,
some
cheese is
cheddar
weird.
cheese. Throw it in the microwave, put some
Okay,
cheddar
listen,
cheese on
I
there.
smoke a lot of weed, which is legal in Canada. Okay. And the really good thing is strawberry jam and a slice of cheese. Honestly, I don't know if that's something to do with it. The sweetened cheese.
That's
I'm telling
2/3
you.
of a charcuterie.
There
Like
you go. Well, there you
come
go.
on.
But okay, so maybe that.
you
Okay,
said cracker.
I thought it was like some. I
Cheese,
figured
cracker,
something
and
out
jam,
when I was
right? Like,
high.
you got
Sorry.
two-
No cracker. When you know what I also do with maple syrup? I'd pour it in my mouth.
That sounds
Diabetes.
Doesn't everybody do that in Canada? Like you guys
No,
you don't just drink maple
anything
syrup.
you
It's
see
not
on my
running through your
channel is
veins.
probably
Yeah.
not most Canadians. It's real for me, but not probably most.
Yeah, okay. So in London, it is illegal
Yeah.
to hold a fish suspiciously.
Okay, that's part of the legal thing. Maybe
okay.
that's part of the legal thing. Maybe. Suspiciously, what are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Concealed
what did the
fish.
fish? What did the Jack? What did the fish say when he hit the wall? Damn. Just joking. That was
That's good. That's pretty good.
Joking.
That's
the
pretty
fucking
good.
reading suspiciously.
I'll use that one
Yeah,
today in
do
the
it
skits.
today, please.
What did the fish say
Yeah,
when he hit
just
the
say it like a
wall?
randomness. Like
Damn.
randomness. Yeah, damn.
Oral sex is illegal in like 20 states.
What?
So I told you, oral.
Really?
I told you, like.
Yeah.
Thank God I don't follow the rules.
I mean, you said anal, but yeah.
yeah, anal, whatever, same shit. I thought it was maybe in some state too, but oral, yeah, people like, come
No
on.
way.
Yeah.
Well, it's aren't they making Pornhub illegal in certain states now?
Yep.
It really?
Or no, not illegal, or
You
like
can't
something
you can't
that-
access it in certain
Yeah.
certain states have different laws. Yeah.
different laws. Texas, for example, I think
Isn't
no
it
porn.
just an age thing?
No, now it's
No,
like
there's
now
certain
it's
states
bigger.
where you can't access it at all.
My OnlyFans account got a major hit. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
No, but why though?
All of my
I don't.
all of your Bible Belt
No,
followers.
yeah,
just,
yeah. Oh my God, they're fucked. No, Texas, honest to God, no porn. I swear.
Really?
Or they decided
It's
not to.
it's
'cause too much
Pornhub.
law.
Yeah, there's so Pornhub just kind of they like
They could be
I don't know for
liable.
sure because I haven't really looked into this, but like I think they can still operate, but they have to gather all this user
Yeah,
data.
and it's a lot of detail. Like if they get caught with anybody, they have to get IDs. It's like it's almost impossible.
They have to gather all this user data to make sure
So there's
people are
no
above 18.
point.
And they're like, it's too much. Like, we're just not going to have
Oh, I
this
see, I
available
see,
in
I
the
see.
state.
and what they're doing is they're hoping the state and the people revolt, basically. 'cause what
Basically,
can you
yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want our porn.
We want porn. Imagine like I'd go
The
up there, I'd
thing
do a
about-
protest. If I had money and I actually made money on the channel, I'd go to fucking Texas and I'd start protesting about
What
porn.
the hell?
I want porn. I'd get shot.
That's
probably.
crazy.
The
That's
thing is, the
crazy.
people
to me.
in those states, they don't want to like, they're like, I don't want to like publicly lie.
No,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
shit. So how is
Can you
that
imagine
fair?
walking out with like free porn
Yeah,
on your
right?
show? Yeah.
Like, how do you do exactly?
Free the hub!
Yeah, free the hub. Yeah, free the hub.
Yeah. So yeah, it's illegal in like 20 states, but not enforced.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Not
and
in
then
the forest, you said?
it's not enforced, I guess.
Oh, enforced. I think it's not
yeah.
illegal in the
Enforced,
forest.
yeah. They don't enforce the oral sex.
Okay. 'Cause I was gonna say okay. Weird.
In Trenton, New Jersey, so this is a city law.
Okay.
It's illegal to throw bad pickles into the street.
Bad pickles.
What are bad pickles?
Like just raw
Soft
pickles?
ones?
Pickles don't go bad. That's the point of pickling them.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, but I do find certain pickles when you open. Okay, do you guys do this? Be
Oh,
honest with me.
is it like subjectively like these ones?
No,
aren't
no,
very
no,
good?
this is not
I didn't
subjectively.
think these ones tasted as good.
Now, honestly, I did a video on pickles, and I want to know if this is true because my neighbor has made fun of me for years.
Right.
When you open a pickle jar,
Yeah.
if you don't, when I get a pickle jar, I open it, like move around, let the air in, then cap it, put it in the fridge. Because I find if I don't open them right away, they're softer, and I throw them away and get arrested.
Don't throw them in the street.
But I'm being serious. I swear to God, watch my video. I swear to you, I can maybe just a certain type. I'm not joking. My neighbor, I've told him this for 10 years. I did a video about it. He couldn't believe it. And people were saying, couple people, not many, said they did it. I'm not kidding, just telling you. But you
They
guys
said
don't,
they did what?
obviously.
They did.
They open the can to let the air in because it when the air comes in, it's when it hardens.
Yeah.
So if you bite a pickle right open, when you open the case or the bottle or
You're
whatever,
saying
flaccid.
it's
it's softer. Yeah, it's
Yeah, nobody wants
flaccid.
them flaccid.
Exactly. You need a fluffer.
Yeah,
What
you
do you
wanna-
know? Fluffers?
yeah.
Fluffers,
Yeah.
yeah.
Need some air
Twerking in the porn
air to get
industry,
that pickle
fluffers.
hard a little bit. You know.
Yeah. Now they have Viagra.
It needs
but
to
I'm just
breathe a
saying.
little,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
That's honest to
Let
God,
it
dude.
out.
I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
How'd you even figure this out?
I don't know.
Just know-
I
you
don't
just
know. I'm
noticed
very
over-
weird. My
That's the
mind-
most niche thing
You
would
just
ever
noticed
want.
it over 40
my
some odd
mind-
years of
but I
life.
also clean my car with a leaf blower. So don't take. I'm just telling
What?
you.
No, but that's smart. That's
leaves
smart.
in there?
That's smart. I
Thank you.
clean.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're sufficient.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
I wear a robe. People think I wear a robe because I'm
No,
fucking lazy.
yeah.
No, I'm
Dude,
efficient.
I clean my computer. Like, you know how people use like the spray to clean
Yeah, I
computers?
know. It's like,
Just
hey, fuck
blow
that.
the leaf
I use the
blower.
leaf blower everywhere.
Yo, you get that shit done
Dude,
in 2
it's
seconds.
the best.
Hold
I
on,
clean
does
my
every
bar like
Canadian have a
that.
leaf blower?
Yeah,
Maybe,
I don't have a
guess.
leaf blower.
I clean
Yeah.
my bar like that,
Yeah.
dude. When I have people coming
Like,
around
well,
the podcast,
yeah,
they go,
you know,
"Oh,
we
I
got
don't know."
houses and, you know, leaves fall. And
Yeah,
all of
but
them,
I
and you
don't- I
gotta
use it-
blow 'em,
yeah,
right?
it's like-
you blow snow, you blow leaves, you blow.
And you
Obviously
blow-
not in the 20 states.
And you blow
but-
your partner because it's legal in Canada.
It's legal in every
Exactly.
Yeah,
province.
it's,
of
yeah,
Canada.
I think think it's legal in every province.
Yeah,
So
let's
blow
hope so.
away, everybody.
Yep. All right, let's do one more here. Let's see. We got. Oh no, this one's a good one. So, in some municipalities,
Right.
more than 8 women cannot live in a house together because it's considered a brothel.
Because you can't have 2 queens, not let alone 8.
Yeah. I mean, a couple is like, okay, yeah, this guy's rich and
It
he's just got
does kind
shotties,
of-
right?
Okay,
and
but
then you have 8, and it's like, okay, maybe he's
8
running some
So I
underground
couldn't
stuff.
live with 8 women if I have one a
Good
little
question.
bit a day, let's say.
Good question. Is
If
there
a
is there a
women-
man to woman ratio?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I don't know the bylaws of this law.
Okay,
Of these
'cause there
this
could
law
be
that exists in some
technicalities.
municipalities. Yeah.
I just say hell because it'd be fucking scary.
Yeah.
And at the time of the month, holy.
I wouldn't want to live with 8 women. No.
Yeah.
No one would.
Yeah, I mean, if
I
they,
do wonder, like, is there a situation where 8 women could just be living together? Yeah,
No.
probably.
Yeah.
And then a big house,
I mean,
right?
very normal people.
Like
though, it's
a
hard to
creator
find.
house,
8 is a
maybe?
lot. 8
Yeah.
is a lot.
Creator house.
maybe.
Yeah, they've
A
had
creator
that
house,
shit.
yep.
They all
Yeah.
fight. in each
Those
other.
creator houses, brothels.
yeah, I don't know.
Every
Maybe.
single
Yeah.
one of them.
Or, you just look up the
How do I
gender
get the
laws.
invite?
Yeah, just look at the gender laws and be like, no, I identify as a woman. And
yeah,
then,
that's
That's
boom.
true. I identify as a cat. In any
Yeah.
case, I need it. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, just like if they're like, hey, it looks like there's 9 girls here. Like, we got going.
I'm a cat.
Is it no, I'm not a girl. I'm a cat, and
He's a kangaroo.
and she's yeah,
kangaroo.
she's a kangaroo.
Yeah, just show.
Yeah.
God can't.
It's from Australia, so
He's from Australia. It's
Checks
like,
out.
he's very Australian. It's like
it
it's
checks
like-
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
I do. I mean, I get it. Like, why are those girls living together?
You know, this kangaroo had fucking George Washington's nurse
Yeah,
as a kid.
I don't
Like,
know.
the cops are like that checks
I
out.
have his picture. I know. I'll
The
do it
cops,
autopsy.
yeah.
She was also the
sorry
vet.
To bother, sorry to bother you, ladies and kangaroos. And
They can't ask that now, right? Isn't it discriminatory to ask me not a kangaroo? They can't say I'm not a kangaroo.
well, so then I wonder how they enforce this 8 woman. They probably just don't enforce it now. But like, how would you know that the 9 people living there are women?
I mean,
That's true. Because
Do you
don't
just
know.
assume and say like, hey, you guys all girls?
It's kind of
I don't know.
sexist?
And then when they're like, yeah, we're all girls,
Yeah.
and then they're like, gotcha.
yeah.
Like,
Gotti.
yeah.
I don't know. Like, do police would they even know this rule? Like, imagine you pull up into a house and then there's 8 women and a
Exactly.
guy.
I wonder
They
if
probably
the-
wouldn't even know.
I wonder if the municipalities that it's illegal in are municipalities around Vegas where prostitution is illegal.
Okay, that could
Maybe.
be part of it. What if there was a
Because
man
it's like
there?
basically they would be
Maybe-
brothels.
Okay,
Yeah, maybe if it's more
that
obvious.
Makes sense, maybe. But
I'm
what
just
if a-
I'm trying to like
Makes sense.
I'm trying to make a case for this law, man, because
Yeah.
it seems pretty
What
sus.
if a guy lived there with a robe and just 8 women? Is that a like brothel, or is that just a good time?
I think that's just a party.
Yeah.
I think it's just a party.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, you-
Don't tell your girlfriend.
Some weeks
or
I don't
your
have my
kangaroo.
kids. I'm down here, and yeah.
Yeah. Or just,
I gotta go visit these fucking kangaroos. in
buy 2
Toronto.
or just buy 2 rooms instead or
Yeah,
something.
whatever.
Like,
Separate them exactly. But that's
2
an
condos.
issue.
It's true.
Vegas.
Is there like if there's a wall?
Yeah,
Like it's like,
exactly.
oh, this wall goes through the whole house.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a different place now. It's a
Different
duplex
place.
now.
Duplex, yeah.
Or like a townhouse or like, split it up. Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, no, I think there's lots of ways around that. You could make a brothel. Be like, there's only 7 and 7 in this duplex.
Yeah,
not a
exactly.
brothel.
Yeah.
The amount of money wasted on this shit, though, it's just like
Right? Yeah. Like, how did this law get made?
I don't know.
so stupid.
There was probably, to be fair, there was probably a time when that law was made where it was like, yeah, if there's 8 women living somewhere, it's for sure a brothel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
You
the
know?
times, right? But
Yeah.
everything changes.
I mean, you got to set a limit, right? You can't just be like 4 or 3. You know, you
Yeah.
got to have a
Yeah,
concrete
and
limit.
I think they tried to be as like, okay, look, 4 women, fine, right? Maybe
Yeah.
they're all whatever. 8 women, guys. Why are so many
Yeah,
women?
exactly,
living? That's for
right?
sure a brothel.
Yeah.
There was a time
Do they have
in
lip
US.
plumpers though? Or
Yeah,
no?
probably. I mean,
okay, if they do,
if
that's
it's a
for sure
brothel,
legal.
then
Yeah,
they
yeah,
got the
for
lip
sure.
plumpers.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
The-
Both the lip plumpers.
yeah. So I don't know. I can defend the law a little. They just didn't change it.
Yeah, it's just because they're late. It probably costs money to change, right? And like, who's gonna really enforce it?
Yeah. So really,
Why
they're
bother changing
When you're
it?
saying
Yeah,
like,
like
think about all
it's-
the money wasted, they're not wasting.
They're
it.
not wasting
The
money.
law's
It's
just
just
don't
leaving it
exist.
alone, whatever. It's
Yeah.
just- and something funny to talk about. So.
Yeah, you don't need to waste people Constitution's time,
See,
right?
okay,
Like,
see,
you know,
talk
they got
about,
to
talk
approve
about a
it. And,
hook. Talk about a hook. These little cities should say, "You want to hear the fucking stupidest law? Say this." And
Yeah.
then people would come, "What the fuck? Come see it," whatever. Oh, let's go get
You
a
go to
BJ,
Trenton, New Jersey.
and we're a state. We're not supposed to do it.
Yeah, you go to Trenton, New Jersey. They go like, "Hey, here's some pickles. You
Yeah,
should,
yeah,
you should
they
throw them
go
on the
throw 'em
street.
on the ground.
You
Yeah,
should
go
throw
to the
some
store.
pickles on the street,
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, hey.
And
can't make this
then
up.
the guy throws them on the street, and the cop's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, he's like,
welcome to
yes,
Trenton."
I made my fucking bounty. It wasn't
Yeah.
a bounty quota. I made my quota this month.
Bounty. All right, guys, that's the show. Let's do some plugs. Jack, where do people find you?
you find me YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, Threads, anywhere anywhere, any social media platform,
media that's social.
Snapchat, boom, Jack does skits.
But
All right, Ben, where do people find you?
not a poor decision. I'm everywhere minus X, but I add clapper. Not a pouring, like Pour, like my bar. Pour. Decisions anywhere.
Yeah.
Except
Not a
X.
poor,
And
not
Not
a
a poor decision.
Not a pour.
Not a poor decision,
Pour. Pouring.
All right, well, cool. Good
Yeah.
pod, guys.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
Thanks for having
Wherever
us.
wherever you're watching, do the things that people say on that channel. So subscribe.
Whatever they say.
You know,
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that like button
Yeah,
so you
like
know when
button.
you
This guy's
when
a
my,
pro.
Yeah.
when my next notification or when my video drops, you know, whatever. all
I'm
that good stuff.
following him. I'm in awe of this dude in real life. I'm in awe. Seriously. And this guy, John, has been a fucking blast today. And Graham, I think it's Graham. No, not
Graham,
Graham.
yeah, shout out to Graham, the
Graham's the
producer.
best. Toronto podcast, fucking awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Peace.
I have
Thank
to put my
you.
shoes on.
Thank you.